Okay, this is 1973 Subaru. It was manufactured in Japan. It's a 1973 Subaru Coupe GL1400. So manufactured in Japan, Subaru Coupe GL1400 is now available at AlphaCars in Boxborough, Massachusetts. I just had a pleasure of taking a short test drive in this car around AlphaCars facility. On the background you see Mercedes-AMG, another Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, BMW X5, GL550, here's a turbo diesel Touareg, here's AlphaCars building, and we're very, very proud to show you this unique 1973 Subaru. It only had two owners in its pampered life. One of them was a lady from upstate New York, and then her co-worker had a pleasure of buying this car from her and owning it for several years. It only has 63,000 miles. The engine is now running. The body is generally all original. No panels were replaced. It never had any accidents. The paint job you see is a surprisingly decent, not a very good one, but a decent Maaco paint job. Good ones don't exist, but this is probably the best you're going to find from a Maaco company. It's a good solid paint throughout all body panels. We're going to turn the engine off in a moment, but I'd like to point out that the engine, the Subaru engine, often has a light thumping noise at idle. I'm not sure if you can hear it on the video, but this car certainly has that. It's no exception. The noise has been there for as long as both owners can remember. Oh, it's much quieter. So the intent of this video to show you the best way possible the condition of this car, in order for you to gauge online if it's something you would like to purchase. We would like to represent it, certainly we will represent it honestly. We will show you the best we can, the best our camera can. So the paint on this car is, as you can see, very presentable, very shiny. It doesn't really have any blemishes other than minor waviness here and there. I'm trying to pick it up here. There are no dents on the car, and again, it's one of the best Maaco paint jobs you're going to see. In some paint job, well, it's not inconsistency. It's something that they did. They taped the old gaskets. They certainly did not remove them, because if they did, they would have to replace them. So they did taping. You can see that there is some overspray in the gaskets, which can be cleaned, not by us, but if you wish to buy it and wish to clean it, you can. It's not terrible, but they could have done a little better job. This is the nicely installed pop-up sunroof or moonroof, and also it has it was taped, so it was not removed, as well as the front windshield gasket, the same thing, it was taped. The door handles, the decals around the car, the nameplates, the moldings, bumpers, all, it seems like all that was removed prior to doing paint work. Chrome parts, bumpers in particular, were removed by, this spot is not from this car, it was on the pavement. Both bumpers were removed by previous owner and were hand delivered to facility of his choice where they were re-chromed. They did an absolutely gorgeous job on this chroming. I have to find out where he did it, because it is spotless. It's really, really nice. The tires are new, the rims, the paint is original on the rims, and it looks perfect. I had this car on the highway, believe it or not, up to 90 miles an hour. I took it on the test drive with the owner when he was trading the car. It handled beautiful. Not as good as Mercedes-AMG, but it was very good for the car, this vintage, for this particular car. The tires are brand new, and it's an all-season P155/80 R13. I hope I covered exterior extensively, and if you have any questions, you can give me a call. My direct line is 978-237-5901. My name is Dimitri. Let's take a look at interior of the car. The video you're watching is from AlphaCars, where I have a pleasure presenting you this 1973 Subaru, a front-wheel drive Subaru, for those that don't know, GL1400 Coupe. Okay, interior is very cute, very nice, definitely represents the vintage of the early 70s. And the one item that is not original is the radio. Everything else is 100% original. Very nice seats with a minor bolster wear through that was covered by some kind of a tape. Everything else on the interior seems to be pretty good. The carpets have surface wear. They're very easy to replace. They have these buttons that just clip on and off, so the carpet can be removed and replaced with the original one, or maybe with a replacement one. The pedals are not overly worn, they're original. The carpet is worn next to the clutch pedal. The shifter, the knob is not original, and the boot is in excellent shape. The rest of the interior is in excellent shape. The headliner is perfect. It really doesn't have any cuts or pokes. It just needs a decent cleaning. And it's not sagging. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. It has seat belts for the driver and front passenger. Let's take a look at the other side. Glove box contains, on the photographs that you see for this car, we have a view of the included tool set, the original tool set, the owner's manual, and some documentation for this car. The door trim and the trim inside the car is in excellent condition, in amazing condition actually. Key. So we traded the car yesterday. I took it on the highway before we took it on trade with the previous owner. We did close to 90 miles an hour. I would normally wouldn't go that fast, but he encouraged me. He said you should definitely try, and I did, and I do not regret it. This car performed very, very well at that speed and any speed in between. So this car comes, the trunk is actually very solid. There are floor mats for the front. There's a cargo mat for the trunk area. And the car comes with a carburetor rebuild kit. The carburetor is pretty good. The idle is generally stable. It's stalled out once or twice after the highway use, but it certainly could and should be adjusted. So there's a carburetor gasket kit, a couple of valve cover gaskets here in this gasket kit. There's a box, we're not going to go in there, but there's a box with old calipers. The car has brand new calipers, and there's an old clutch. Oh, look at this. Looks like, yes, we have it. Oh, here we have it. Yes, we do have the original radio, original speakers, and there it says original radio. There's an old clutch, so this car comes with a new clutch. The clutch job was just recently done, and there's an looks like original clutch cable. The trunk space is pretty impressive. And the last spot, and a very interesting one, is the engine compartment. Okay, so we have a full-size spare tire, something that newer cars don't have, or most of them don't have that. And it looks like there's a little bit of overspray of paint on fuse box. It's probably from the paint job that was done at Maaco. The fuel filter is new, was replaced by the previous owner, and it has a new alternator that says remanufactured, but it was 100% performance tested and inspected by the manufacturer, whoever provided that. The engine looks very, very nice. It doesn't have any missing parts. It's all in there. The engine, we inspected the car on the lift, and I'll comment underbody condition. It had a very minor oil leak from the left side head gasket, and it was a total surprise for the previous owner because he actually drove this car from upstate New York, and we believe that it started to release that oil. And it's not a massive leak, by the way. It's just something we noted on the way down here because he kept an eye on the engine all the time he owned the car. There was never any oil leaks. It has a new battery, and as you can see, the best feature of this car that it is pretty much all original. The radio that is installed can be replaced with the original radio that is in the trunk. It's an awfully cute car, even with the hood up and the door open. It looks very, very nice. Everything seems to work fine on the car. All the nameplates are there, all the blinkers are there. Nothing is broken or cracked. The underbody of the car was quite amazing. I have never seen a Subaru that is older than 10 years old, especially if it was here in New England. This car was not in New England. It was well, it is New England, state of New York. And the underbody of this car had very minor, just light surface rust. There were one or two spots where the rust was a little deeper, and it's literally just one or two spots. We could not really poke through those areas. I did that with the owner when he was trading the car. We inspected the car very thoroughly. So we could not poke through those areas. One of them was in the back of the car and one was in the front. But generally, without actually exceptions, the underbody of this car is very, very, very solid car. It would probably need maybe 3-4 hours of cleaning, and then treatment of the surface rust, and then spraying with underbody protection. The reason we selected not to do that because you, as our potential customers, would not know what really is or was under that material that was sprayed. So we decided to keep the underbody just the way, and the whole car just the way that it was traded. We decided not to do any improvements, though absolutely we could spend some time and clean up some overspray here and there on the moldings, which is not much, but I showed you early in the video it had some. So we certainly could have spent some more time and make this car a little more presentable, but we decided that to keep it just the way we had it, and that way you can gauge for yourself if this is the right car for you. It is probably the only car that is available for sale in the United States, especially in this one good solid condition. You just seen the video that was presented by Dmitry Bykovsky of AlphaCars. My direct number is 978-237-5901. The name of the company is AlphaCars. Our website is alphacars.com, and we are located in Boxborough, Massachusetts. We can help you with arranging shipment for this automobile, and you can find more details at alphacars.com. Thank you for viewing this video.